Hello, and welcome to Visual Psychology. It's 2 a.m. You are physically exhausted. Your room is dark, your eyes are closed, and you desperately need to sleep. But your brain has a different plan. Suddenly, you are replaying a slightly awkward conversation you had 3 days ago. Then, you start thinking about an email you need to send tomorrow. What if they misunderstand it? What if you get fired? Within 5 minutes, you're lying in bed, your heart is racing, and you're trying to solve problems that don't even exist yet. We have all been there. Society calls it overthinking. You probably just call it hell. Today, we are going to talk about why your mind traps you in these endless loops and how to finally find the off switch. First, we need to understand a brutal truth. Overthinking feels like you're doing something useful, but you aren't. When we obsess over a problem, it feels productive. We tell ourselves, I am just analyzing the situation. I am preparing for the worst. But there is a massive difference between problem solving and overthinking. Problem solving has a destination. It leads to an action. You identify a problem, you find a solution, you move forward. Overthinking is like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. You spin in circles, analyzing the same details over and over until you are completely paralyzed. A 2013 study from the University of Michigan found that people who ruminate, meaning they repeatedly replay negative thoughts, are significantly more likely to develop anxiety and depression over time. It's not just unpleasant. Done chronically, it is genuinely damaging. So, if it's so exhausting, why do we do it? Is your brain broken? Not at all. Your brain is actually trying to protect you. Focus on a specific task, like when you're lying in bed, taking a shower, or staring out of a window, a specific network in your brain switches on. It is called the default mode network. This was first mapped in detail by neuroscientist Marcus Reichle in 2001. What he found was surprising. The brain doesn't go quiet when you rest. It becomes more active in certain regions. The ones responsible for self-reflection, memory, and imagining the future. Think of it as your brain's internal time travel machine. It constantly scans the past for mistakes so you don't repeat them, and it scans the future for threats so you can prepare. For most of human history, this was useful. Our ancestors didn't survive by being relaxed and present. They survived by anticipating problems before they happened. The brain evolved to believe that worrying equals preparation. Your mind thinks, if I can imagine every possible worst-case scenario, I won't be caught off guard. Overthinking is not a character flaw. It is a survival mechanism running in the wrong environment. Here is the part most people don't realize. Your body cannot tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. When you sit on your couch and vividly imagine a terrible argument or losing your job, your brain responds as if it is actually happening. It releases cortisol and adrenaline. Your muscles tense. Your breathing gets shallow. Psychologist Ethan Kross calls this mental time travel, and his research shows it activates the same neural pain pathways as real negative experiences. You are putting your body through the stress of a disaster that exists only in your head. This is why you wake up tired after a night of overthinking. Your brain ran a marathon while you were trying to sleep. The exhaustion is real, even if the threat wasn't. So how do we take the steering wheel back? Step 1. Externalize the noise. Your brain is a fantastic factory for generating thoughts. It is a terrible warehouse for storing them. When worries stay inside your head, they echo and multiply. Get them out. Write them down. Research by psychologist James Pennebaker shows that expressive writing measurably reduces anxiety. The act of writing moves information out of your looping emotional brain and signals to your nervous system, this has been recorded. You can let it go. Step 2. The useful or useless test. When you catch yourself spiraling, pause and ask one question. Is there an action I can take right now to solve this? If yes, write down the action. Schedule it for tomorrow. Done. If no, if you are worrying about someone else's opinion, or an event completely outside your control, label it out loud. Say to yourself, this is a thought. It is not a fact. It is not happening right now. This technique comes from cognitive behavioral therapy. Simply labeling a thought as a thought, rather than treating it as reality, creates psychological distance and reduces its emotional grip. Step 3. Shift your network. Remember the default mode network? You cannot turn it off by thinking harder. You can only override it by doing. Neuroscientists call this switching to the task-positive network, the brain system that activates during focused, present-moment activity. The two networks suppress each other. When one is on, the other dims. So do something that requires physical presence. Wash the dishes and focus on the temperature of the water. Do 10 push-ups. Call a friend and actually listen to them. You are not distracting yourself. You are neurologically interrupting the loop. You do not have to be a prisoner of your own mind. Overthinking isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that your brain is working exactly as it was built to, just in a world it wasn't built for. Once you understand the mechanism, you stop fighting yourself and start working with your brain instead. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Whatever your mind is rehearsing right now, it is not happening yet. If this video helped, hit like and subscribe to Visual Psychology. And tell us in the comments, what is the most ridiculous thing your brain has made you overthink at 2 a.m.? We read every single one. Take care of your mind. See you in the next video.